Mr. President, thank you very much for doing this.
Happy to be with you.
Thanks for your time. So you've said now multiple times that you have an intention to run for re-election, but you haven't made the decision yet. What's stopping you from making that decision?
I'm just not ready to make it.
There's no motive behind that?
No.
How do you win Democrats again? Many of them are concerned about your age.
Well, that's not what I hear. That's not. Look, do you know any polling that's accurate these days? You all told me that there's no way we were going to do well unless off your election. I told you from the beginning we were going to do well. You all told me I couldn't win the general election. We did well. I feel good about where we are. I feel good about the way things are, and I feel good about the reception I get. And I think it's awful difficult to poll these days. You know, you get. Don't hold me to the number, but I think you have to make like 51 calls to get one call through. And ask any pollster how accurate they think their polling is.
Yeah.
But look, it may be that I run and I get clobbered, and if I run, I win. I mean, that's not my motive. That's not the basis upon which I make the judgment.
We're in Florida, which, as you know, is the home of two probable contenders for the presidency. Would there be a difference running against Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis?
I have no idea.
I mean,
I'm serious. I have no idea.
But I guess my question is, because you talk a lot about how divided the country is and how you want to unite it, which is true. But I do wonder if you think there would be a difference between running against one or the other candidate in terms of polarization.
No, I don't think so, because I think that they have a similar modus operandi, the similar way in which they work. But I really don't know. I've never decided to run or not run based on who the opponent will be.
Okay. Let me ask you about the Chinese balloon. You know, everybody's talking about this. Now that we know what we know, that the balloon had antennas and a communication system, do you regret not having insisted on bringing it down sooner?
No, I look at the expert, the intelligence community, defense community. They forgot more about it than you or I know. I said I wanted it shot down as soon as possible, and they were worried about the damage that could be done even in a big state like Montana. This thing was gigantic. What happened if it came down and hit a school in the rural area? What happened if it came down? So I told them as soon as they can shoot it down, shoot it down. They made a wise decision. They shot it down over water. They're recovering most of the parts, and they're good.
And wasn't it a major security breach for the United States, just the fact that the balloon came into the airspace and flew over the country for so many days?
No, look, the total amount of intelligence gathering that's going on by every country around the world is overwhelming. And the idea that a balloon could traverse, break American airspace is, anyway, it's not a major breach. I mean, look, it's a violation of international law. It's our airspace. And once it comes in our airspace, we can do what we want with it.
Let me ask you about the reporting that's today in the Washington Post. They say that your administration has been negotiating to deport massively non-Mexican immigrants to Mexico. Now, DHS has denied these claims. But have you been having this conversation, sir?
No.
So that reporting is completely wrong?
What you just said is completely wrong, yes.
So what's the policy that your administration is going to have in the border after Title 42 is lifted?
Well, the policy we're having is if, in fact, first of all, we engaged the parole policy for those Nicaragua, El Salvador, Haiti, Venezuela, Cuba. And the immigration, the number of people coming has declined over 90% because there's a regular path to do it now. And what we're trying to do is I'm making sure that we ask the Congress to provide us more security at the border, number one, more agents, number two, number three, more sophisticated machinery. For example, we have these basically moving X-ray machines that can X-ray about everything. Well, we need about 54 of them. We have 15. We should pay to get them done so we can uncover the fentanyl coming in the country and people being smuggled in. So there's a lot we can do.
So just to be clear, you're not considering and you wouldn't consider deporting massively non-Mexican immigrants to Mexico?
I'm saying we have not done that.
But would you consider it in the future once Title 42 is lifted?
I don't think we have to do that. We have to consider that.
Okay. Today, just minutes ago, more than 200 Nicaraguan political prisoners were arriving into the United States. How did this happen? This is a government that your administration had criticized extensively. So are you in conversations with this government?
No, look, they know that we were moving. We believe all political prisoners should be released. Now, whether this is a token of their demonstration that they're ready to begin to change their human rights policies or not remains to be seen. But the fact that they were released, we're happy to receive them, and I'm glad they're out.
Mr. President, you're here to defend Medicare and Social Security.
It's easy.
It's easy. But, you know, Senator Rick Scott from Florida has been airing an ad saying that you should resign because of your record on this. And he says that you've taken more than $300 billion from Medicare. Would you care to respond?
No.
What do you have to say about it?
It's Rick Scott.
Yeah. Well, time is over. One important question, sir, because I guess the whole nation is wondering. We know what the First Lady is doing for the Super Bowl, but what are you doing for the Super Bowl?
Watching
guacamole? Guacamole?
Oh, man, yeah, with guacamole, exactly right.
Ice cream, maybe?
Ice cream, a little chocolate chip ice cream afterwards. Look, you know, I got a call from Jill when I forget where I was, and she said, my deceased son's son is named Hunter. And she said, Hunter and I are going to the playoff game. I said, you can't come, Joe. She said, it's too much trouble when you come. And then the Super Bowl, I said, we're going to the Super Bowl. I'm heading down to Arizona for the Super Bowl. But you can't come. I have to want everybody to come in. So I get to watch it at home.
But don't forget the guacamole. That's going to change things for you, I'm sure. Muchas gracias, señor presidente.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's your Spanish doing?
Terrible, but Jill's trying to learn it too. She's doing it.